Hey everyone. Yes, it is June 5th, Wednesday, June 5th, 5:47 p.m. Pacific time. But the reason I'm on here, you see it in the title. Yes, as of yesterday, June 4th, we celebrated, I should have celebrated, I should say, 16 years with this channel. Yeah, 16 years. Hard to believe. And what's crazy about that is I've been with this channel basically since the infancy of YouTube. Now I'm not talking about like the birth, of YouTube or anything like that. I was part of that briefly, as I've mentioned before, with my first channel in 2006, which had nothing really gone wrong there, would still primarily be my channel today. But that disappeared, believe it or not. And it wouldn't be until the end of December 2006 I get a new channel going, which lasted me for about 2.5 years. And then that disappeared due to mysterious reasons, either because my nephew, who is married now and is going to be expecting a daughter, possibly later this year, around October. He was about, I would say, 13 years old, or going on 13, felt rebellious, and probably found a way to hack into and delete my account. Or it's maybe because I said something that a lot of people have been wanting to say in a very truthful manner, that a certain place, a certain parody, if you will, of Wikipedia, but goes by the initials ED, and is mostly known for being an online encyclopedia, Wikipedia parody that likes to basically insult people, make fun of them and all that, or other things. Maybe it's because I said something like that about that, and they complained. I don't know. Because I found the timing very ironic when I did that. But anyway, it is about 5:49, like I said, 5:49 p.m. It is about 101, maybe 101 degrees outside, 101 degrees Fahrenheit, according to certain devices, like this one here. Or it could be 99 degrees or 103 degrees, depending. I'm going to say about 101, to kind of save face and kind of balance it out. But yeah, getting back on topic, it's hard to believe that 16 years has gone by. Now, normally I would have done a live stream, but like I said, didn't do it yesterday due to the fact that I went out to the store at Nob Hill here in Newman, got some things we needed, but also the fact that I was helping my mom. I was helping my mom and everything, and also because of the heat, dealing with a bit of a bloody nose. So there's a lot of things going on, if you know what I mean. But anyway, it's just hard to really fathom that it's been 16 years since I started this channel. And as I've said many times when I talk about my anniversaries, every year they happen, every time, when I talk about them, I always go back and I look at the history, of where I've come from. Like I mentioned, originally I started in spring of 2006 with my first channel, and I had a lot of videos that I had created when I was living on my own, and I was sharing through peer-to-peer networks and such, as well as other outlets that would allow me to upload them. So I was sharing them, and then when YouTube came around, I was like, okay, here's a great opportunity and avenue to share them with everybody. Well, consider me shocked and surprised when I'm out there and I'm sitting down on the couch like this, looking at the laptop, my sister's laptop, to check my emails. Imagine my surprise. I'm thinking, I got a lot of emails, comments on my videos, right? Well, imagine my surprise when I come back, I log in, and my channel's gone. And then I get an email, basically a more recent one, that states, your channel got disabled because of all the videos you uploaded that were basically violations of copyright at that time. Thank the Lord, whether you like them or not, YouTube/Google has grown and evolved and balanced out all these partnerships and quirks and everything that they need to balance out and work out for content creators like me to be able to have a little hobby on the side and nowadays even make some money off of. That's what happened, and that didn't even last that long. That lasted from, I think, March 2006 to August 2006 at the latest. But it wouldn't be until later on that year, because I would still go on YouTube and think, okay, how can I get back on here with the channel? And then when I thought about it, and then I looked at how I could log in, I'm thinking, oh, that's how I could do it. So I realized just create another email, good to go. Well, I did that, and I got my more recent channel after that, which was the B. Wilmer one. I think that's what it was, the B. Wilmer one. And that lasted, like I said, up until June 4th of 2008, for when my nephew, or the people at the ED, the parody Wikipedia, or Encyclopedia, the parody one, decided to, axe it. Again, either my nephew, who was 13 at the time, was getting rebellious, and he was kind of like getting a little, angry with me because I wouldn't let him do this or that or something. I don't know what it was. Either he did it, or, like I said, the people that I basically spoke out on, for the parody site, complained and had it done. I don't know. But learning my lesson, I realized, hey, I just need to have another email. Had the Comcast at that time, created my Comcast email, and away we went. And now my Comcast email is connected with my Gmail, and the rest is history. And on top of that, I've learned my lesson to always make sure to have a backup channel here on the YT, which is why I have not one but two. One is my discussions channel, which I haven't uploaded to in a while. I still have to look into that eventually. As well as my other one as well. I think it's the 98 one, the BWS 98. Got to look into that. But I do have them, and they are out there. Just look for them. You'll see that they're there. And if you want to subscribe to them, support them, that'd be great too. Helps me in the long run, just in case something happens with this. Or with this channel, I should say. But I also have a channel over at VENMO, like video, that's VENMO, like video is VENMO. So I got a VENMO channel. I got a Daily Motion channel. And I also have a Rumble channel. And I have my Spotify outlet as well that allows me not to just do audio, but video as well. And on top of that, with my core membership over at DeviantArt, I can upload videos to that as well. But it's hard to believe that, it took me losing my original channel, the very first one I had, to, wake up and realize, hey, the only way I'm going to make sure I stay on YouTube and, have something to do as a hobby or whatever, or in this case, make some money as well, is to have backups, not just here on YouTube, but on all outlets that are similar to it. And that's what I did. That's the lesson I learned, and I think it's a lesson a lot of us have learned throughout our history with YouTube, is it not? I mean, I even have a Twitch channel, believe it or not, to go along with it. So there you go. So you can find me on all those other outlets: Rumble, VENMO, Daily Motion, DeviantArt, Twitch, Spotify for podcasters, you name it, I am there. But yeah, that's all, as well as the two channels here that I have on YouTube. It's just a major lesson that you have to learn, when it comes to this, when it comes to these kind of situations, because I can tell you there's a lot of people here on YouTube that I follow that have more than just one channel, because they're like, hey, we need this extra channel not just potentially for the extra income, if you will, not just potentially for the extra income, you know, but also the fact that, you know, we might need a backup channel. I'm trying to think about what I was going to say there. I do apologize for the spacing and pausing, like I said, I'm trying to think about what I'm going to say. But also, like I said, I've seen other channels that I follow that do the same thing, because they're like, well, with the way YouTube is changing at times, sometimes for the good, sometimes for the not so good, and sometimes for the in between, you know, they're realizing we need a backup channel, you know, not only to, you know, upload like upgraded, up-converted videos that we've done in the past to, you know, higher quality formats, but just in case, you know, the, you know, main channel goes kablooey, if you know what I mean. So yeah, you know that. I basically see others that I follow doing the same thing because they don't want to risk anything, and I don't blame them. I mean, I look at Josh Scorcher, who I discovered as part of the MLP community, the Brony community, Brony Pegasus community. He's got not one but two channels. He's got the Fob Equestria channel, which is his main review channel for MLP and now Bluey on occasions. And he's got his Josh Scorcher channel, which is mainly now a game channel, but he's also done reviews for MLP on there, as well as I'm sure he'll do other stuff outside of games on there as well down the line. But yeah, he's done that. You know, he's got two channels, I should say. I know Cinemassacre's got two channels. I know Angry Joe's got two channels. So a lot of people that you think wouldn't need two channels have them, mainly because they don't know what's going on with YouTube in the future and how that could affect their main channels, you know, when it comes to like certain changes, you know, and everything, you know, down the line. But with that said, though, and again, I do apologize for some of the spacing and pausing. I'm trying to think about what I'm going to say. And that's another thing that, you know, has made my channel a little bit more different at times, and I think enjoyable in the eyes of a lot of people that have been following me, is the fact that even though on occasions I will write something up and read off of it, you know, through audio recordings or whatever, you know, even though I'll do that on occasions, you know, I am mainly somebody that's, you know, tells it like it is. You know, I'm not somebody that relies too much on bullet points or scripts. I just let it fly. You know, that's what I do. I just let it fly. I just, you know, let myself be natural, and, you know, that's about it. You know, I don't worry about having to say this or say that, you know, and everything. Make sure this is done, make sure that's done. Unless I really want to do something projective wise down the line. I'm just more, you know, unless I want to do something like that, I'm just going to, you know, be myself. And even if I do decide to do something that's like, oh, what if you do this and that? You know, I decide to do it basically on the fly. Like, I took inspiration from what just Alex Hicks did one time. He did a video. He does these like WWE versus people videos, or, you know, AEW versus people, stuff like that, right? And sometimes he'll play two parts, and he edits it together, I should say. I'm trying to find the right words. He edits it together to the point that, you could believe that he's embodying the roles of the people he's portraying. Like, he's speaking, you know, as, you know, who he's portraying himself as. And he does a real good job at it. So I took inspiration from that to do something as well. But I did it, you know, unscripted. I did it in a way to, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to roll with it, see what comes, you know, off the tip of my tongue. So even if I do stuff like that, you know, most of the time I will try to, you know, work it, you know, on the fly. But if I have to get, you know, projective, if you will, with the idea, like, you know, bullet points and point out things and do all that, then I will. But most of the time, my channel, and again, the reason I believe people enjoy it and have followed it, and that's, you know, and that is very much appreciated, is because I'm just myself. I might do, I might do weird things in their opinion to where it's like, well, all he's doing is just walking around like what I'm doing right now. I'm just walking around, while I'm recording, and a lot of people might find that a little annoying, but guess what? But guess what? How annoying must it be to people when they see celebrities or their favorite athletes or whatever doing the same thing, walking around their house or walking around their neighborhood and all that and speaking into the video. How annoying must that be to them? I get it. People have certain, I guess you could say, things that bug them, but hey, that's how people are. That's how, they will, upload the videos or do the videos or, the little short messages or whatever. And for someone like me, it's perfectly natural. It's perfectly natural. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. It's perfectly natural. But yeah, this channel definitely has seen its ups and downs. I will tell you that. If not recently, it's a good example. Recently, I get a community, because here's what's crazy. So you can tell places like YouTube are changing, because in the past they wouldn't have an issue with this, right? Well, now they do, and that's understandable. They got more sponsors, more partners, and everything coming in. That's okay. That's fine. But what's interesting is the ups and downs, like I said, this channel has gone through. A year or two ago, I got a community warning because I uploaded a video, which basically I used the OBS Studio, I believe, or was it Cyber Power Track? It was one of them. And I basically shared the whole story of Tails and Blaze together. It was a story that an individual called That One Tails Writer, also known as the Cyborg Fox, had created. And I decided, okay, I'm going to OBS it, OBS record it, whatever, and share it. Well, that got me in trouble. And it got me a community warning, and I think I had a privilege or two taken away from me for about a week. I can't remember. And then if that's not enough, I get another community warning. A strike this time. I get a strike. I think that's what it is. A community strike, whatever it is. All because I linked one of the stories that I did through Sadu Wright, featuring Tails and his mom, Rosemary, in a very intimate, incestual way. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to link it. It'll be fine. Nothing's going to happen. Oh, something happened, all right. Because that video got removed and I got a community strike. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll rate that out. Well, thankfully, I waited it out and that strike went away. It's still on record, as happening, but it went away. But then if that's not enough, earlier this year, or late last year, or something like that, late last year, I think it was. It was no, it was earlier this year, actually. It was earlier this year. And I had to wait 90 days for this. I had to wait. So it was earlier this year, I think towards the end of last year, beginning of this year. I go onto my Google, and I notice that I got a copyright strike. And I'm thinking, what is this? And I look, and I see it's for a video where I talked long ago about Yogi's First Christmas. And here's the thing. I never had any footage. Of that video. Because I went back and watched it. There was no footage. No footage. So I'm thinking, what the heck, right? But because I wasn't sure, I removed all the other Yogi Bear stuff I had on there that could get me in trouble. Boy, was I stupid for doing that. because it took me a second, well, not literally, but figuratively, it took me a second to go back and think, wait a minute, this doesn't really, fall under copyright strikes, unless, Warner Brothers is really desperate, right? So I go back and I look at the email, and I saw what the email looked like, and God's like telling me, Brian, copy and paste that, put it into Google search, look it up. And that's what I did. And much to my surprise, it's one of those false emails, one of those false copyright emails that the trolls, if you will, put out, the troublemakers put out, all because of the fact that they, the board, I guess, or YouTube's not giving them what they want. I don't know. But I could tell you this. I was so mad. About that. But I'd already deleted the video, so I didn't have the evidence to show them, but I did have the email. So I sent the email to Team YouTube, and apparently what I found out looking online and finding out through other ways, I'm not the only one that's dealt with this. I'm not the only one that's dealt with this. And it's all because people want to cause trouble. They want to cause trouble. So YouTube, thankfully, is taking care of it. YouTube asked me for the email. I said, look, I can't provide you with the thing I deleted, but he's the email. They thanked me for that. And I think what they do is they take those emails and they keep them on record to make sure that those that try this again will get caught. Like, I'm sure they have some kind of system that will detect someone trying to falsely use the system to do this. So I think that's why they gather these emails. So thankfully, they took care of that. There are some other things they helped take care of as well. So they are improving. I'm not trying to kiss up by saying this, but it is true. They are improving. There are some things they're getting better at. Some things, they're still sending mixed signals to when it comes to content creation, But they are getting better. They're obviously hearing the backlash and the feedback. They're obviously taking the feedback from the backlash fans give them about certain things they can improve on, kind of go back to the roots about and everything. And they're doing what they can. They're doing what they can. Right now, obviously, they are working on stuff because my main channel on my smart TV, you get the app, already installed into your smart TV and everything. Well, my channel, basically, I'm going to show you this right now. So I go down here to my library, and my channel, look at that. That's all that pops up. So apparently something's going on with YouTube, but whatever it is, hopefully they will fix it, down the line. Hopefully they will fix it in time, hopefully. But outside of those ups and downs and some other stuff, it's been a great ride so far. And I hope and pray to God that it will just get better and better and things will improve. Now, am I expecting things to be perfect along the way? No. Am I expecting possibly that certain situations may result in more situations to where I could lose access to features for quite some time? Due to my undiligence, if you will? Possibly. That could happen. Not saying it will, but could it happen? But I am expecting that. And you know what? There are a lot of people I follow here on YouTube that feel the same way. And some of them that I mentioned earlier, like Cinemasker, Angry Joe, Linkara, you name it. Tooneytown Wrestling, which is a new one. Like I said, Cinemasker, Black Knight Comedy, Angry Joe, Linkara, you name it. They're all, Irate Gamer, they're all basically expecting, to probably, screw up again down the line to where they have to deal with certain things, or they're going to encounter certain situations to where it's like, hey, this is not right, and they have to let YouTube know about it. So yeah, I do. I do expect the fact that over time things are not going to be perfect, and trouble will be afoot either by my own fault or by someone trying to just cause trouble themselves. But outside of that, although, like I said, it's been a great ride. Fortunately, I am monetizing again, so that's a good thing. Hopefully that will last a lot longer because even though you get paid monthly, depending on whether or not you get $100 the previous month or you get $100 over 2 months and it's a bi-monthly deal, that still financially helps out when it comes in. In the way it's calculated, it's supposed to come in basically around the time I get my EDD in July. So it's going to help out tremendously, not just for bills and everything, but for my birthday. But yeah, it's been a great ride, and I want to thank everybody that has supported me throughout the years, especially the 13.7, almost 14,000 subscribers. I'm not there yet. I think I'm at like 13.6. Well, not 13.6. According to my thing, I'm almost there. So if we can get to 14,000 before this month is out, that'd be great. And 15,000 for my birthday, which is July 25th, would be even better. But yeah, I just wanted to come out here and thank you guys for your support. And really, that's all I can say. As you will see, and you probably saw in the title, monetization super chats were open if you want to donate. And super thanks after the video is premiered if you want to help donate and help support the channel and help it grow more so over time and help me out in the long run as well. But again, thank you guys for all your support over these 16 years. And here's hoping and praying, even with the bumps in the roads that are definitely coming, and there's no denying that, here's to another 16. Thank you all. God bless. Take care.